Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to see how to scrape e-commerce data using Octoparse. Now we are going to cover two use cases. One is that for e-commerce founders or dropshippers who are looking to understand what are the competitors' pricing, product details, ratings, and reviews. And second is from a point of view of a salesperson who is doing a market research and seeing what are the different brands out there and how can they be approached. So primarily we are going to take two websites over here. One is Amazon.in. Now, if you see over here, when we talk about from a standpoint of doing competitor research, I can see the different brands over here, what is the price point at which they are selling their products. But considering that there are lot of products out there, how do I consolidate this and how do I then further do an analysis is what I need to look into. So what I can do is I can use a tool called as Octoparse, which is a web scraping tool, to extract all the data on this particular website in a tabular format, which can help me in terms of doing further analysis. The other use case that we are going to cover today is that of FirstCry. Now, again, this is an e-commerce website, and the objective over here is to see what are the different brands that are listed over here and how do we connect with them. So I'll show you a simple flow wherein what this particular website offers customers specifically is when they actually go on any particular product listing, what they'll be able to see is this section called as product information. In the product information section, one, you will be able to see the brand name, and then there is also the details regarding who is the manufacturer or where is it being imported or packaged from. So when I actually click on this link, I can get, say, the customer care ID or the phone number and even the details of who is the company or where is it manufactured. Now, this might feel that, okay, this is a very traditional method of collecting data or approaching a set of individuals. But what actually happens is approaching them also can be one way for you to make an entry. So we're going to see these two flows wherein how do we scrape data from Amazon and how do we scrape data from FirstCry using Octoparse. So quickly moving, I have my data over here. So I've simply gone to a particular search result on Amazon. What I'll need to do is I'll just need to copy this link and go to Octoparse and just paste it over here. Now we have done a couple of Octoparse videos, so if you feel at any point that this is becoming a bit complicated, please do refer to those videos. I have attached the link for them in the description below. So when I actually start with the scraping, what happens is Octoparse first of all loads the web page and analyzes what all data is there on the website. So it detects, one, whether there is infinite scrolling or not. Second, it detects all the different data points that are there. So as you can see, it creates that entire list within seconds. So over here I have my entire list wherein I have the name of the product, I have the Amazon link, I have the ratings, the company or the brand that has manufactured or is selling this particular product, along with the prices. So this is how I get the entire data extracted within seconds. And all I then have to do is just create workflow and run this particular Octoparse task. And then it will start running and scraping that particular data. So I can click on show browser to see what is it that the task is doing. So as of now, as you can see, it is first starting by loading the website. And finally over here down, I have the data coming in. So this is how it works. And further, I can also export this data into a CSV or an Excel format for me to further do the analysis. So this is how we can do the scraping on Amazon, which is quite simple. Wherein we just have to do a few clicks and we get our output. But for more complex workflows, like say what we saw for FirstCry, wherein we have to go to the product listing and then we have to click on this particular link and then we want this particular data captured. So in this case, what do is we simply again copy this particular website, go to Octoparse and add it over here in the task segment and start with it. Initially, what it's going to do is it's going to again analyze what all data is there on the web page. And once that analysis is done, as you can see here, I've already done that bit for us. So as you can see, I have all the data of these products. So the ones that you can see marked as green are the data points that it has collected. So I'll again click on create workflow over here. Now, as you can see, I already got this. What I need to do is I need to then go to the individual product page. So I'll click on select subpage URL over here and I'll confirm. Once this is done, it has taken me to that particular web page and I'll cancel the auto detection over here because I know exactly which items to select and how do I navigate. So in this, the first step is that I want to click on this element over here. So I'll click element. And then over here, what I need to do is I again want to go to this particular link. So I'll again do click URL over here. And then I want this particular data. So I'll select this entire box or I'll select specific segments of what all data points to I want and I'll extract the text from it. So as you can see over here, I have the extracted text over here. And then all I need to do is just click on run to execute this entire workflow. So once I've started running this entire workflow, what happens is that it will take a couple of seconds again to load that particular web page. I'll click on show browser to show you. So as you can see, it has started doing that based on the category filters that I had initially set on the website. And then it starts gathering the product details. As you can see, it has collected for the first one. And then it will also collect from the other link that I selected. So that is this particular data. And I have that data in place. So now that we have the data already scraped, what do is we go to the task list and over here we select on the task and we see that we have all the data over here. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to export that data. And once we have exported it, if you can see over here, we have different options in which we can export. That includes CSV, Excel also. Let me select on Excel and then I can export this. So the exported data looks something like this, wherein I have just exported or added it into a Google Sheet as well. Now the most important thing is when we have a data set that is scraped, it is often very raw, it is very uncleaned. And it becomes our job to organize it in a manner that is understandable and readable by the person who's going to analyze this. So as you can see, the first step that we have to do is in terms of the basic alignment that is there. So we'll quickly align all of this data. And once my alignment is done, I'm going to see what are the headers or what are the details that I actually require. So over here, I do have the product name. I have the URL to that particular product that's on Amazon. I have the brand, I have the rating. Now rating, if you see, there are two columns where the rating is mentioned. So I'll delete one of them. And rest, I'll see what are the other things that I can remove. At the same time, I can see that there are two prices. One is a discounted price along with the MRP. So I'll keep both of them to then compare that what is the sort of discount that we are getting. Again, I also have the discount amount mentioned over here. So that gives me a point to analyze. Remaining data points, I'll quickly see what all is there and then I'll see whether it is relevant or not and then delete it if it is not required. So these data points I don't require at this point because what I want to do is just analyze what are the average price range and discounts that my competitors are providing for certain products. So I finally have a data set that is cleaned enough and that I can analyze to see what are the average ratings, what is the average order value, and what are the average discounts that a particular brand is offering. The next data set that we used was that of FirstCry. So similarly in FirstCry, if you can see over here, we have the product name, we have the link to that particular product page, we have the price, we have the discount. But what matters most over here is the last column over here, wherein we have the details of the manufacturer along with their contact details. Now, as you can see, we have scraped that entire text box over here. So making sense of this becomes difficult. So this is wherein what we are going to do is we are going to use ChatGPT. So I've already used it. Wherein what I've done is I've put in a prompt wherein first of all, I've copied this data, that is the text column. And I've just simply written a prompt over here that give me the manufacturer name, address, email ID, and the contact number from that below data in a table format. So what this does is ChatGPT, being an AI agent, is able to analyze and organize that data for us. And finally, when ChatGPT has organized and given us that data in a table format, we can add it to our Google Sheet. This is how it looks, wherein all the relevant details that I'm looking for, I have it available right here. Later on, I can share this with, say, my sales team to then further do a research on who are the people that they can contacting these companies, or directly reach out to the contact number or email IDs that are available. So this is how you can use Octoparse to scrape data from e-commerce websites. There are multiple other flows that you can try out on different e-commerce platforms. Only thing that I would like to share over here is that whatever data that you're scraping, please ensure that the source is open and you are respecting the policies of those websites and not violating any terms and conditions. So just ensure that while scraping is beneficial for you to keep a track of your competitors or do sales research, it needs to be done in a very ethical manner. And yeah, that is about it. That is about how you can use Octoparse for scraping e-commerce data. And if you found this video helpful, or if you have any questions, please do put it up in the comment section. And please do like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. And thank you so much for watching this one.